We've all experienced something that has negatively changed how we view and interact with ourselves in the outside world, right? This is called trauma. This is what I call trauma. Today, I want to talk about what we've been through, how our trauma affects our physiology, how it affects our health, and how it's going to affect your fitness goals. Let's get into it. What's going on, Martian Gang? It's your girl, Coach Mars. I hope you're having a great day. If you are new to the channel, I am Coach Mars, the trauma-informed fitness coach of the past 13 years, here to break down all topics holistic fitness and wellness. So today, I want to break down how trauma is affecting your body, how it's affecting your weight loss, how it's affecting your muscle gain, and all those things. I want to start by breaking down what trauma means to me, because I feel like there's a lot of definitions out there. Of course, we want to keep it standard. We want to keep it by the book. But I feel like everybody's experience or perception of the trauma is different. And so I want to start by saying that for me, trauma feels like a deeply disturbing experience that overwhelms an individual's ability to cope. So in that moment, they are not able to cope with the thoughts, the feelings, or the external threats that they are coming in contact with. And so what happens in those moments is our body and our nervous system records that stress. It records that information and stores it within our tissues and within our neurons until we are safe enough and until we are capable enough to feel and process what we weren't able to process during that traumatic event. So does this affect your health? Absolutely, because I just told you that the trauma is stored in the body. It's stored literally within your tissues. So that is why I became a trauma-informed fitness coach. When I noticed and lived through the link between these two realms, I was like, bro, we've got to talk about this. People have got to know about this. Because most fitness coaches, most people in the fitness space are focusing on the physical realm, right? They're focusing on the workouts. They're focusing on optimizing their nutrition. They're focusing on their recovery, their mobility, all the things that encompass physical wellness. But your mental health and your emotional health affects your physical wellness, right? It affects your body. So if you aren't including those things into your lifestyle, if you aren't including your mental and emotional health in your fitness journey, you're missing some pieces to this puzzle. So let's talk about how trauma actually affects your physiology. Let's break down how it's actually affecting our bodies and our chemical processes on a molecular basis. So it starts with the brain. That's the one I want to talk about initially, because that is what drives our thoughts and our actions. And when we go through traumatic events, especially if you've been through extended periods of time where you have high stress volume, or you have a lot of danger, a lot of threats, a lot of insecurity, a lot of unsafety, all of that creates a change in your brain's chemistry and a change in your brain development, especially during childhood. So somebody who has experienced trauma has a more overactive fear center. The back of your brain has a compartment called the amygdala. Back there, that is where your fears and your safety complexes are held. That's where our brain is wired to keep us safe, to keep us secure, and to keep us from harm. And so somebody with trauma has an overactive fear center. They are wired to prioritize safety over connection. They are wired to prioritize safety and survival over being healthy and thriving. And so the brain is one of the first things I want to talk about, because that's huge. When you are thinking differently and when you are operating differently on a mental level than somebody who's healthy, for example, or somebody who's been through less trauma, things can get more challenging, right? It's harder for you to make healthy decisions. It's harder for you to try new things like going to the gym. It's harder for you to try new things like starting to eat healthier and starting to cut back on the alcohol and starting to cut back on unhealthy habits, because we've created those things as a comfort zone. We've created those things as a buffer to help us cope with the outside world, right? And so One of the first things we've got to understand when we start healing our trauma, when we start trying to live healthier, is our brain has to be rewired. Our way of thinking has to be rewired. Without this, we're just going to perpetuate a cycle of trying and failing and getting less and less motivated as that cycle goes on, right? So make sure you understand that your brain chemistry and rewiring your thoughts and rewiring your thought patterns is a part of the healing process, okay? The second part of the physiology that's changed when you are affected by trauma is your sympathetic nervous system. Nervous system healing has got to be a part of your fitness journey, and it's got to be a part of your healing journey. Your sympathetic nervous system is in charge of your fight or flight response. It's in charge of elevation of your heart rate, the distribution of certain chemicals or hormones like adrenaline. All of those things are released and initiated when you're in a fight or flight response. This is important because when you're exercising, you are intentionally putting yourself in a fight or flight state. You are intentionally raising your heart rate, you're intentionally putting stress on your body, and you're intentionally elevating your breathing rate, right? All of those to your body can feel like stress, can feel like danger. And if you've experienced a lot of traumatic events in the past, all of those physiological markers are going to signal danger to your nervous system, to your sympathetic nervous system. So it can get challenging when you're working out because you're like, I feel all these emotions coming up. My brain is going crazy. I can't think straight. I can't focus. My heart rate is going crazy. I can't breathe. And it starts feeling like your body is attacking you, right? It starts feeling like you're working against your body instead of with your body during exercise. And that can feel scary. That can feel very uncomfortable. And so if you're not aware that your sympathetic nervous system is doing this, it can be hard to get consistent with your workouts. It can get hard to be consistent with doing the things that are going to challenge your body, because challenging your body is what changes your body. So understand that your sympathetic nervous system has got to be healed. You need to practice regulating your nervous system on a regular basis, because we are, as trauma survivors, used to being in that fight or flight state for extended periods of time. And you have got to teach your body, teach your mind, and teach your nervous system how to return back to a state of equilibrium, how to return back to a state of tolerance, as they call it. So that's number 2. The third thing that is impacted by your trauma is your immune system. When you're stressed, when you're overwhelmed, when you're burnt out, when life is beating you down, it is very easy for you to get sick. It's a lot easier for you to get illnesses, germs, diseases, viruses, whatever you want to call it, because your immune system is down-regulated when we are in a stress response. So if you are experiencing this on your fitness journey, it can get really frustrating because you get sick all the time, or you feel like you don't have energy all the time, or you feel like you're just fighting your body. Again, it just feels like you're working against your body and not with your body. And especially if you're getting sick a lot, it's hard to get consistent with your workouts because you're constantly trying to recover. So immune system is definitely the third thing that's on this list. The fourth and final thing that's on this list is going to be mental. You're frozen in a victim mindset when you have experienced complex trauma and built up trauma for years and years and years. The same thing happens with stress. If you've been in a stressful state for years and years and years, you're frozen in a victim mindset. And what I mean by that is it gets really hard to see the positive in life. It gets really hard to believe in yourself. It gets really hard to have hope and belief that things can get better, right? Because you've experienced nothing but suffering. You've experienced nothing but discomfort and a whole bunch of other things for an extended period of time. So when you're in the darkness, it can get hard to see the light. I don't know if you've been in a dark room for a long time, maybe watching a movie, or even when you're asleep at night, and then you wake up in the morning and the light is shining through the window and you're like, it hurts, it burns, right? That's because your eyes have adjusted to the darkness. Your eyes have adjusted to be able to survive in that dark state. And so when light comes in, it's hard to bring it in. It's hard to receive it. It's hard to perceive it because you are so used to that darkness, right? Same thing with your mindset when it comes to achieving goals and trying to make progress with your life. If you are used to experiencing failure after failure, if you're used to experiencing a lot of grief, a lot of depression, right? A lot of things that just get you down in life, and you don't have a lot of memories of you succeeding and you accomplishing and achieving, it's going to be hard for you to get out of that dark space mentally and go, okay, you know what? I can do this. I've got this. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to take it one step at a time. I'm going to do the best I can with everything that I have, right? So that is what I'm going to put on this list as number 4. Mental state and being frozen in that victim mindset is something that you've got to heal. As a holistic fitness coach, when I work with people, I don't just work on physical things like workouts and nutrition. We also work on healing the mind and creating a healthier mindset so that when you go through challenges, when life hits you, right? Because life hits all of us, you're able to process it. You're able to move through it in a healthy way. You're able to move through it with courage. You're able to move through it with resilience. And for some people, you may be able to move through it with ease. I feel like I've been practicing this for some time now. And when challenges come my way, it's very easy for me to make the healthy choice. It's very easy for me to just get into a state of regulating myself, calming myself down, and then trying to take the most aligned action based on what I know in that moment, right? That's really the healthiest thing you can do. Whenever you're faced with a challenge or whenever you're faced with life's obstacles, what's the best thing I can do right now? If you are a trauma survivor who hasn't worked on their healing yet, it's hard for you to do that. It can be hard for you to do that. So now that we've talked about how trauma gets into your life and how it fucks everything up, let's talk about how you can start combating this and start healing this so that you can see some progress on your fitness journey and so that you can live a fuller life. Before we start talking about the first tip, I do want to remind you and invite you to check out my one-on-one holistic fitness program. The Stronger Fitness Program is designed to help you heal and get healthy on a physical, mental, and emotional level. As a trauma-informed fitness coach, I include trauma healing and I include mental health in my coaching, primarily because I coach trauma survivors, right? And I'm also neurodivergent, and I coach neurodivergent people, but it's also because that is what total health is, right? If you have a banging body, but your mental health is trash, your emotional health is trash, are you really healthy? My answer is no. My answer is hell no. So if you are ready to crush your fitness goals, whether that's losing weight or changing your body composition, and you know that your mental health and emotional health needs to be a part of this journey, check out the description below, okay? Now, tip number 1 for improving this and starting to heal your trauma so that you can get healthier is practicing mindfulness and stress reducing activities needs to become your primary focus. When it comes to working out, shift your focus around that as well. Shifting your focus around exercise from I'm doing this to lose weight to I'm doing this to regulate myself and feel good, is a game changer. It's a freaking game changer. One, it makes it easier to get over the mental resistance that you may have in building that new habit. Because if you're not used to working out and you're not used to getting uncomfortable and sweating and doing all that stuff, it can be hard to push yourself to go to the gym. It can be hard to go, I need to go work out. I need to do this, right? So having stress reducing techniques, having habits in your day, they're going to help you calm down your nervous system. They're going to help you get into a state of focus and motivation is huge. I teach this to my clients by doing a motivation routine. So what we do every day before they go work out, we spend 5 minutes standing in front of the mirror. We turn on some badass music and we dance and we flex and we pump ourselves up. After you do that, it's real hard not to feel good about yourself. It's real hard not to want to go and move. So try doing a motivation routine before you go do something challenging, before you go do something that may make you a little nervous, like going to the gym or doing a workout. Just stand in front of the mirror, find a song that makes you feel real freaking good, and then just dance. Let yourself go, pump yourself up, say affirming things to yourself, say things that make you feel strong, confident, and sexy. And that's going to fuel and energize you internally to then go and do the workout. So that's number 1. The second thing that's going to help you with this process is incorporate trauma-informed approaches into your fitness routine. When I say that, you're not going to the gym working out for 2 hours, trying to burn as many calories as possible. Again, we've shifted our focus. So working out is not just for losing weight now. It's also to regulate ourselves and to feel good. So if I'm going to the gym and let's say I'm doing a leg day, yes, I'm going to focus on crushing those exercises, doing it with good form, doing it with good proper technique and lifting heavy weight. But I'm also tuning into my mind-muscle connection. I'm also focusing on my breathing. I'm also connected to my body as I'm doing the exercise. I'm not just busting out a bunch of reps. I'm feeling my body and my physiology as I'm doing the exercises. And what that does is it solidifies that mind-muscle connection. It solidifies your ability to interpret and decipher what your body's telling you. And it also helps you increase your body control. These things are considered trauma informed because it's definitely likely that you will feel some uncomfortable things as you're doing exercise. You could have some uncomfortable emotions come up. You could just be feeling the burn, a whole bunch of things that you could be trying to mentally avoid. And so purposefully and intentionally tuning into your body and connecting your consciousness to your body is going to help you open up. It's going to help you increase your tolerance for discomfort. And increasing your tolerance for discomfort is how you start strengthening your nervous system and how you start reteaching your nervous system how to handle stress. So when you are doing your exercises, when you're doing your workouts, it's not just a workout, all right? Slow down. Tune in with yourself, ground yourself in your body, and feel every rep, feel every step you take on the treadmill, feel it all, and breathe through those things. Breathe through your exercises. Listen to what thoughts are coming up as you do. All of that is important, okay? So that's number 2. Number 3, and this one is one of the most important ones, so take notes. Develop a support system and engage in healthy relationships. If you have people at work that are always bringing you food that's not healthy, if you have family members who are always cooking you things that's full of grease and full of fat and full of whatever, while I'm sure they're doing it out of love, they are not helping you achieve your healthy lifestyle. They are not helping you create the body of your dreams. And so, therefore, they are obstacles and they are standing in the way. So with love, I want you to set boundaries. I want you to advocate for yourself. And I want you to say, hey, I'm doing a thing. I'm trying to live healthier. I'm trying to nourish my body. I'm trying to change my relationship with food and eat healthier, right? So I can't have the cake and the cookies and the fried chicken and the junk food and all that stuff right now. So if you're going to bring me something that's healthy, bring me a salad, bring me a protein shake, bring me a smoothie, right? Bring me something that's going to help me achieve my goals, right? The people that would like to help you and truly support you in your life and getting better and improving yourself are going to show up for you. They're not going to have a problem with saying, oh, sure, I can get you something that's healthier. No problem, right? The people who are not ready to support you, the people who are not ready to help you in changing your lifestyle and changing your body are going to give you that pushback. They're going to give you that, oh, well, it's just a muffin. It's no big deal. It's just a cookie. Why are you being so uptight about it, right? The people that you don't want in your space when you're trying to heal and when you're trying to grow and when you're trying to change your lifestyle, right? So advocate for yourself. Set those healthy boundaries in your relationships. Makes it easier for you to be healthy in your relationship with yourself. Number 4, skipping numbers. The next tip on this list is going to be practicing self-compassion and patience. I know that sounds real simple, but a lot of you guys are trying to lose weight as fast as possible, and then you feel so depressed and so let down when it doesn't happen. Losing body fat takes time. Gaining muscle takes time. All of that is a process that requires patience, okay? Patience helps you stay consistent with doing your workouts and eating healthy and all those things, even when you're not seeing results in a day. So when you are on this journey and you feel yourself getting impatient and you feel yourself going, oh, why haven't I lost the weight yet? Oh, why am I not at my goal? Whatever it is for you, list the reasons or the other things in your life that you are investing in. You may be investing into other things that require time, energy, and focus. And if that is the case, you can't dedicate your entire day to losing weight. You can't dedicate your entire day to being perfect with your health goals. So give yourself some grace, give yourself some compassion. As long as you stay consistent with doing the things that you need to do, like working out, getting good sleep, drinking water, eating in a calorie deficit, right? Eating healthy, good choices, whole foods, right? All of those things, then I promise you will see results. You will see progress. It may take you 6 months. It may take you 8 months. It may take you 12 months, but you will see results. I promise you, okay? Only difference between somebody who's fit and somebody who's not is that the person who's fit didn't give up. They didn't give up on themselves. They didn't stop investing in themselves. Their self-love and their self-investment wasn't conditional and contingent on them looking a certain way. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. I hope that was helpful, you guys. Check the description box below if you need some more resources to help you with healing your trauma and crushing your weight loss goals, crushing your fitness goals. All of my ebooks, all of my coaching programs are specifically designed for people like you so that you can live healthy and happy. Okay, this is my goal. found some value in today's talk, definitely hit that like and subscribe down there so that we can connect more and that you can get all notifications from my channel, okay? If you have any questions or any comments, I would love to continue this convo with you down below. So go ahead and drop a question or a comment down there and let's chat, okay? We'll see you guys next time. Coach Mars is out.